Hi, boys and girls, and I have today's read aloud for you. It's called Cooking in Class. It's written by Jay Dale and illustrated by Amelia Rob Robledo. That's how you say her name. I did my best sounding out. It looks like they're cooking something. It looks like maybe a cookie dough. I wonder what they're cooking. Maybe do you think they're friends or do you think they're siblings, like sisters? I hope their story is going to tell us. Let's find out. We are going to cook today, said Mrs. Sweet. We are going to make some chocolate balls. Well, that sounds delicious. Actually, that would make sense because on the front cover, it looked like they were making a dessert. Almost looked like cookie dough. Let's see. Yum, yum, said all the children. First, we put some cookies in a bowl, said Mrs. Sweet. Then we put in some coconut. Now we put in some cocoa. Then we put in some milk. Do we mix it all up with a spoon? Asked Tess. Yes, said Mrs. Sweet. Now we mix it all up with a spoon. This recipe is sounding really yummy. Can I mix first? Asked Tess. Yes, said Mrs. Sweet. So Tess mixed first. Can I do it too? Asked Tom. Yes, said Mrs. Sweet. So Tom mixed too. Oh, do we roll them into balls? Asked Tess. Yes, said Mrs. Sweet. We roll them into little balls. So the children rolled them into little balls. I have some on my fingers, said Tess. I do too, said Tom. Now we roll them in some coconut, said Mrs. Sweet. Then we put them on a plate. So the children rolled the balls in some coconut. Then they put them on a plate. Now we will eat them, said Mrs. Sweet. Yum, yum, said the children. That was a cute story. And it gave us an idea of a recipe that you actually don't have to bake. So they made chocolate balls, and all they used was coconut, cocoa, and condensed milk with some cookies, and then they stirred it up all together. Very nice. So if I'm thinking about the story, and this week we're working with retelling a fiction story, who were the characters that we met in the story? We know that this is Tess and this is Tom. And I know I accidentally said that maybe they're sisters. So it's maybe a brother and a sister, maybe they're just friends. But the story takes place at a cooking class. And the characters that we definitely meet by name are Mrs. Sweet, who's the cooking class instructor, the group of children, and then we meet Tess and Tom, and they were on the front cover. So we know it's Mrs. Sweet, the rest of the children, Tess and Tom. It takes place at a cooking class. And what do they do in the beginning? Looks like they get their ingredients ready, then they take turns mixing it, then they get to roll them out, roll them through coconut, place them on a plate, and then eat them. So I noticed that this story doesn't really have a problem in it. And some stories don't. I know some of the ones that we see here on Capstone might not, but by the end, everyone gets to enjoy what they made, which were the chocolate balls. As you read today, think about how you might retell your story. Off you go, readers.